They have over there by the cars.
Correct. Or you can go back over there. Okay, well, there's an entrance right there. That's what they do now.
Right here where I'm at.
They have.
I'm perfectly to my right.
He did that thing with his fingers again. Did you see it? I think my mic was in the way. I'm going to play back. When he met with verbal resistance and non-compliance to his commands, his edicts, his requests, he starts doing this nervous little twitchy thing that psychopaths often do.
By the cars?
Correct. Or you can go back over there. Okay, well, there's an entrance right there. That's what they do now.
Right here where I'm at.
They have.
There it is right there.
I'm perfectly within my rights to stand here. This is a public space.
Right there. Right there. That's where it all starts.
You got Black Lives Matter. You got all sorts of messages floating around this place. That young man's not contracted to be inside of here. With Black Lives Matter right here behind you.
The cop just lied again about something that he did not have to lie about. Why? Because that's what cops do. That's what politicians do. That's what congressmen and senators and presidents and law enforcers do. They can't help but lie. That's their job. That's their profession. They're there to intimidate you. They're not there for public safety.
Yes, they are.
No, he's not.
That's got nothing to do with it.
It does. There's all sorts of messages. Everyone's welcome. It says right there. What's going to happen if we don't leave?
I can't find this gas can.
For what?
If we don't leave,
Criminal trespassing.
we're going to have, if you don't leave, if you don't comply with our former request, now it's a command. Now we're telling you you need to go, well, we're going to have to start arresting people. In other words, we're going to have to start committing crimes against people because you wouldn't bow down to our commands. Pitiful, outrageous, shameful, criminal behavior. Should not be tolerated anywhere in America. This is un-American. The foundation of our country is the First Amendment, followed by the Second Amendment, followed by, we can talk about the Third Amendment, but especially the Fourth and Fifth Amendment. You have the right to certain freedoms in the First Amendment. What are they? RAPS, R-A-P-P-S, religion, assembly, petition, press, speech. These guys are fulfilling almost half of those right now, and these cops who are supposed to be protecting those freedoms are telling these guys to let go of your freedoms because it's a public event and the person who sponsored this doesn't want you here. So what? We're not in communist China. We're not in North Korea. We're not in Uzbekistan. We're in America, buddy. Unless I woke up. Is this not American soil here in South Bend, Indiana?
We're not trespassing. This is a public park, and it's a public event. This is a public event on a public park, and we're not interrupting the event. We're not disrupting the flow of traffic. We're in a public park.
We want confirmation that they've actually rented the entire park because we were.
They don't have the entire park. I've already told you that. They have half the park.
We were told it was the pavilion.
Where it says
like, where did you get that information right?
It doesn't say it's a private or public event. They have to specify that in their contractual agreement with the Parks Department. When they fill out the contractual obligation to rent out pavilions and things like that, they have to specify if the event is public or private.
Exactly. Guys, they just keep lying.
Yeah, that same individual told me to basically ask myself.
Is this registered as a public or private event? According to the contractual, exactly. He won't even let us read it. I tried to get copies of it earlier this week. No one will give them. I talked to the Parks Department. They said the park was not closed to the public today.
So they acknowledge it's a public event. The organizer of this event acknowledges that it's a public event, and yet they still can't tell the organizer who's telling these guys to get out of the park or step back or whatever. They can't tell them, hey, because it's a public event, this is open to the public, including people who have messages that you might disagree with.
Where's the gas can at? Oh, right here.
This is truly outrageous. Outrageous.
They have signs that says everyone is welcome. We're welcome here. Now, if they want to take down their everyone is welcome signs and say not everyone's welcome here, and they want to be bigots and they want to be discriminatory, they can do that. And they can register this as a private event, fence it off, and charge admission or
yeah, they just did that in Indianapolis with the Indy Pride.
Yeah.
All military park, it was a private event that was ticketed.
That's what they have to do in order to do what you're saying is happening, criminal trespass. They have.
And that's how these guys are treating this. They're treating this as though it were a private ticketed event, and it's the exact opposite.
They have to permit this as a private event. They have to cordon off the area, and they either have to charge admission or have a gated entrance. Then they can choose who comes in and does it to their private event. Just like if we had a wedding event and we wanted a pavilion and we didn't want other people in our wedding event, we could register it as a private event.
County officer agreeing whoever's in charge over here just so we can
Yeah. Okay. I'm just saying we're happy where we're at, and I don't really have any intentions to leave.
Now, we're not.
No matter what you say,
Tyrant. Prohibiting what they're doing.
Not at all.
And we're exercising our free speech. We're not making anybody take anything. We're not calling on F-words and stuff like
Yeah, you
that.
know,
We're not
about your
doing
business.
We've gotten some of that. We've gotten people give us the
Love hasn't won yet?
But that's so-called not
Hi. What do you think? Very loving and tolerant of you, sir.
Jesus saves, man.
I thought you guys were the loving, tolerant crowd.
I'm not, bitch.
Apparently.
True love.
Yeah, Jesus saves, sir.
The cross,
He
the
does.
cross
Jesus
of
saves.
Jesus Christ, my friend.
This is all what they have right here. Yeah, no, I understand that.
he's trying to pass this map of all the booths that are set up in this Potawatomi Park. He's trying to pass this off as, here's what I'm talking about. Here's why you got to move back. And it's completely irrelevant. It has nothing to do with his request and now his command to move back. He's pulling rabbits out of hats here at this point.
Finally.
They registered as a public or private event with the Parks Department in their contractual agreement. Yeah, exactly. I think you should find that out. It's a public event. They didn't register it as a private event.
Gosh, I thought that was going to work and that didn't work either.
And this is a map of where the booths are, so that people can know which booth it is. So there's not a booth there.
Right.
This is all what they paid for.
Gas can
This is
up,
not a
stop
description of
playing.
their legal permission to be here.
No, it's not.
This is for
That is their
event.
own, that is their own event.
What he's saying is, this event map right here trumps your individual rights. You got to move on. If you don't, we're going to lay hands on you and arrest every single one.
Flyer, you can't use that as a legal document.
I think I
to tell
saw
the
that they
other
put that
person
flyer on
that.
Facebook.
Everyone's welcome. It says right there. They invited the whole public to be here. We're just taking their invitation. They asked everybody to be here. It's a public event.
I mean, really, you know what? Listen to this guy right here. Listen real closely to this guy. Because he also is what makes America worse than it has to be.
Intimidating us around there. She's been following us for lots of years. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no, I totally understand their side. So I just want to let you know, we have no intentions to block a vendor booth.
I'm just here to make sure there's not a ruckus and that everybody's safe. I'm just here to do my job well. According to the Supreme Court, the Shaney versus Winnebago County and Gonzalez versus Castle Rock, it's not your duty, it's not your obligation. You have no obligation to protect anybody. So get that through your thick skull, Mr. I'm standing in the shadows and watching my fellow cops try to trample on the rights of others. Because this guy could have done something. He could have stepped forward and go, guys, we have a... It's so simple. It's so simple. One cop. All they have to do is say, guys, we got one job. Let's just say
You
we have
are
one
a
job
ripper.
today. It's the
You see that shit on top of
These
your
guys are out here
forehead?
exercising their freedom of speech.
Come on, she not
These
a
guys
ripper,
are out here
but you
exercising
dressing like a
freedom
ripper.
Of religion.
And then why the hell
Enough
she
said.
won't grow her
It's
hair
a
back?
public
No
event.
pun intended.
They're not
I
bothering anybody.
know I'm
They're
bald
not
headed.
vendors.
I know
They're
I'm
not
bald
causing a
headed.
disturbance.
But come on,
They're not
man. I don't have
committing
RP on top
They
of
should
my
be left
forehead
alone.
and
Let's go.
car. Grow your
So
hair
it's a
back.
public event.
Why she won't grow her hair back?
So it's open to the public.
Man, they scar her head up, but she still
They
could grow her
control
hair
who's in
back
their
though.
pavilions, who's in their vendor booths, all that
She
stuff.
still grow
They
her
can't
hair
control
back.
who's in this part of the park. No, they can't. The public can walk through here all day long. If they wanted to control who's in
You
the...
lied again. Yes, they can. No, they can't. No, they can't. You are living in a completely different universe.
She got a bag of ears.
part of the park, they would gate it off and they would...
That's better than a bag of dicks.
Have some sort of security. They wouldn't be using the state. They wouldn't be using South
Lord have
Bend.
mercy.
They wouldn't be using the university police to enforce their will. No, they don't control who's in here.
Another lie. Another lie.
No, you're wrong. It's a public event. They invited the public. It's a public event. It's not a private event.
She looking like, man, he was right. I was wrong.
Okay, here's the thing. We really are itching to get our hands on you, okay? And you're putting up a pretty good fight. You got us in the headlock, almost in the sleeper hole. Game's almost over, but we still have a couple more rabbits we need to pull out of a couple more hats. We just gotta find them.
Oh, now she understands.
Yeah, I even heard him say it's a
I
public.
don't understand why she wasn't understanding all the stuff you were trying to tell her.
Open to
I
the
know she was a
public,
kid, but she was just like, I didn't want to work, man. I want to work.
If we commit a crime, I agree with you.
I'm like,
we can be trespassed from public property if we commit crimes. I agree with you. We're not committing any crime right now. So you would have to articulate some sort of crime we're committing right now in criminal capacity.
yeah, so what do I do?
For what? No.
What kind of gun you got there? Are
This is
you making sure that you write out
Just
plenty of ammo?
asking me to be. But it's public. It's a public. We have a right to be here just like everybody else. Oh, he is a sergeant. Okay. All right. Oh, so Joseph found you. Yeah, so if it's a public event, it's not boarded off, they're not charging admission, it's open to the public, traditional public forum applies, okay? Now, we're not allowed to do anything criminal within their event, and we're also not allowed to disrupt their permanent event, which we're not doing.
This guy is being a brutal judo master. He's got a check.
We're just standing here with a message on sign, that's it.
Love hasn't won yet. Talks about like class disruption and ruin our society. Am I with the abortion people like the Planned Parenthood people?
Here's what this guy's gonna Here's the sign back here that says, God made us the cloud that gives grace to people. You know, people post things like that and stuff. It's private. So, hey, be proud of people like this. You know, opposing the proud. It's not good to be fake. Why do you construction? Why is there Listen to this guy. Listen to this guy.
Yeah, he's a piece of requisite. My captain is wrong. He once told me that when things settle down, is to make something out of it. Cribbage board.
Wait, a what? He doesn't play cribbage. Meyer might play cribbage.
No, but that's the point. There'll come a day when something like that.
What's going on? It's your boy.
It's no Peter problem. My mother taught it to me.
Alright, so you can see my last video was about the record-breaking fire that just happened, and I ended that video off with some questions.
Clouds do not swallow their own rain. What great ones have is always for the benefit of others. Well, coming from you, I think that would have meant a lot to me.
The hell is that?
It's one of those questions that I really wanted to know is,
Yeah, no, you're right. He would have said, what the hell does that mean?
Followed by, what the hell are you doing standing around here? The world ain't gonna save itself, goddammit.
one of the reasons that we were having layoffs was due to the decreasing revenue finance, and I kid you not, right
Saw
when
Addie
I
and I for the
ended the
time at
video,
the lodge
right
at
when
the
I
fire
uploaded that video,
Okay, so
I
we
was
were saying,
getting
no,
comments getting hit up by people letting me know another layoff just happened. So we're gonna cover that layoff that happened, and at the end of the video, I'm gonna talk about my predictions. I've been giving my predictions about Amazon and the layoffs since last year before layoffs were even thought of on the public level. So let's talk. So yes, a layoff just happened on the press release. The press release date said it happened on Thursday. I'm hoping it was last Thursday because it's like, yo, I know we didn't just have layoffs right after Prime Day. So I don't know if it was this Thursday or last Thursday, but the press release just came out this Thursday. So in the last layoffs, it affected different departments. This layoff was affecting the pharmacy unit of Amazon. And I don't know if they know the for sure total number, but I guess they gave like an estimate of 88 people or 80 people is what they said got laid off. Also, the press release goes on to say that the people affected in that pharmacy layoff were the technicians and the leads, not the regular pharmacists. And I thought that was kind of interesting how they pointed that out in this article. And I guess I'll touch on it more. I can bring it up right now, but I think that will be the way. If layoffs ever hit the warehouse, that is how I think it would happen first. I don't think the pharmacists, the people on the bottom, will get hit first. I think will be just like on here, the leads. I think salary would get hit first. We've seen other examples with this with Tesla. They hit salary first before hourly was hit. I don't think hourly ever got touched, honestly. So I think if it ever hits the warehouse, my personal opinion, I do think it will. Not right now because we have Prime that just ended, and we have Peak coming up in just a few months. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But I do think that formula will be used if layoffs ever do hit the warehouse. So these 80 employees that got laid off, it was declared as a layoff. The crazy thing about it, it wasn't announced by Amazon. It was other people who announced it, but an Amazon representative confirmed it. So that was pretty weird. Not really, because of course, I don't think any company really wants to broadcast layoffs, but maybe because it was only 80 associates, they didn't think you know what I mean, it would get that type of, it would hit the radar like that. Not sure, that's just my opinion. But a layoff is a layoff. These are 80 more people, even though that's not the confirmed number. It could be more, it could be, I don't think less, but it could be less. But those are 80 people now losing a job. And to me, that shows, yo, even with Prime, even with all this big stuff still coming, they still cutting the fat. Like, they went to the back of the room, in the shadows, cut on the light, moved the dresser.
About 65
oh yeah, we got a pharmacy over here.
This is,
it's like
everybody going to Dallas,
to
starting
pharmacy
Tuesday.
to cut
That's what the next position is.
That's like dissecting.
Oh, okay. So America probably gonna be there. That's where he live at. America is
That's what government
And will there be more cuts?
yeah, he's not that far. He's like what 3 hours. I think about 3.5 hours.
But think about Prime Day. I know I got a few messages, few comments of people who went negative just through Prime Day already. Imagine on a network scale how many employees through Prime Week went negative on their hours. This was a long, hours long during Prime Day and during this Prime Week. You don't think nobody went negative? So I'm sure there was probably some headcount cost cutting that took place due to that. But as I've said plenty of times, I don't think the entry-level warehouse worker has anything to worry about for the moment. I think that is the soul, that is the prime meat. I think that will be the very last thing to get cut if it ever has to get cut. Especially right now, we just finished Prime. Are they going to do a Prime 2? Remember, they pulled that, what was that? Was that last year? I think it was last year. They pulled out a second Prime 2 out the hat.